So I went over to Prella to check on, well, actually, because I don't have a phone, I went over there just to let him know that, like, kind of like a check-in, like, because I said, I'm gonna have to find out when he'll have money to, pay for the other part and whatever. So I went over there. I was like, it's weird. I said, having some problems in the neighborhood. I was like, and yeah, the guy that I was with, right, he took my car to Brooklyn today. I was like, came back. I was like, does this look dusted to you at all? I was like, I'm just curious because I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. I was like, and he borrowed my car today, which normally I don't, whatever, but he's got no car, so. But he went to Brooklyn, and so then, right, 1 in a million, he's like, oh, yeah, but he's got tools in the back. I go, I know, it could be construction. I was like, but his story just never ends up with me. I was like, you ever heard of the Rothschild COVEN, by any chance? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, right, yeah, well, I'm Morganstern. I was like, so I'm kind of used to, like, having inquiries and, like, problems and things and, like, not really knowing what other people know and where they're going with whatever it is and actions that they take. I mean, me, myself, special forces, I don't really care what land it is. The people are crazy no matter where they lay their heads at night. Then he goes, he's like, here's what happens. He goes, you got to be really careful. And I go, yeah. And I showed him the Starbucks letter. And I said, some crazy, like, Korean, Japanese guy told the cashier or the manager to give me the letter. I was like, because I saw him outside watching. I was like, well, I was talking to the police. I was thanking the police because I had it on camera on the side of the building. I was like, it was really, he goes, you got to be really careful. He goes, because I had, like, this one, I was like, I worked out in Cali before in a casino. Come on, really? You were a security officer at a casino? Imagine that. I had a friend who had a drink with me once. I think you mentioned something about some really handsome guy. Right, whatever. Anyway, so, here's the thing. Handsome guy, right, you cuff, okay, so 1 in a million cuff someone out in California that was trespassing. That's what he said, he was trespassing. Yeah, I don't know about, and then he said he had to have him arrested because you just never know what's going on. And I'm like, right. Now, I'm sitting back, and then he got busy because he had to go for some lady in a gold car, but, like a crappy car. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait. And I'm thinking, like, trespassing, that's an interesting word, because, like très difficile, like, if you get difficile in a hospital or in a third world nation, it means you have massive diarrhea, and it's really hard, because it's a bacterial intestinal infection. Right, and 3 is usually tray, and passage, like, are you passing, you feel, usually, like, the small criminals, like, the police will let go. It's the big fish that, like, everybody's rooting for and to, like, rally together to, like, take out the big fish. Yeah, okay, so I'm, like, the biggest Morgenstern having a problem with some Korean asshole somewhere saying, no, we were the emperor's kid and all of our cousins and family live on the island with us. This is all of our family on the island. And then we throw all the shitbags that we don't want on mainland. Really? Because I own the sun, the moon, the stars. I've been watching over the planet. I'm other things at other times, and I own space. So here's what happens, you fucking lying pieces of shit. You don't own Morgenstern. You don't own time. You don't own the sun, the moon, the stars, and you're certainly broken genetics because I don't keep you in my register. You're casino children. I'll break you as fast as I can fucking throw you. So here we are in the Korean problem with Japan and past emperor kids and a big old fireball that I can't verify that ever happened. I mean, they seem to be rebuild pretty easily. I'm thinking that they lied about it. I'm just saying. My family was in Western Europe and New York, so, and continental United States. Like, nobody had eyes on them, and I don't have any reports, so could have been. Nobody knows, nobody cares. But like getting back to like the embodied time is money. Yeah, it's also time is a monarchy. I'm the monarch butterfly. I went into like the Bayside 11361 area Rite Aid, RITEAIDE, and on camera, security camera right by that door, I was like, Anthony, I was like, wave to the camera, and he did, and I said, Rothschild, Mothchild. Wave, say Rothschild. He said Rothschild. And then we're like, and I'm just like, and we laughed. It was quite some time ago. I don't know what the fuck takes like the family yeah, time. I gave set instructions, and I've been fucked with lately and my whole entire life. The only thing I came for, we did crude and rude. Cock, cunt, clock. That's it. You haven't gotten the cock part right. You gave me a Jason Peter Romer 1976 and an Anthony Tiafrio model 1975. Niet spasiba. Neither one was going to fucking work. Everybody dies when you give me those two. Nobody has an alibi. Anywhere between my correct cock, my cunt, and the fucking clock pod that we're born for, and I own the sun, the moon, the stars, and like anti-gravity shit. So now, like, the rest of the humans, why are they not working in unison in special forces? We got to go in and out of every land. I get that. I got people everywhere. So I'm good with them, as long as they don't come and choke me out anymore the Coven runs off of my budget, of my embodiment. The scheduling is off of a alphanumerices I own with my specialness vortex that with Niklaus. So where did we lose if time is money in the vortex and outside the vortex? Niklaus, Alexander, and myself own vortex. And the rest of you are here to either protect us or die. That's it. So now, where was Special Forces having trouble? Because I know there's Coven rules with Special Forces, because there's a lot of treaties, and but if you're Coven Morganstern, which is Zarina Nicole Cataruza, has a problem, why is nobody in Special Forces able to get together and go, oh yeah, yep, that's ours, and then fix my very real situation for 42 years? Just curious. Polynesian owns nothing. They're not even part of the vortex. They're here, and they're a very real problem with science and pushing buttons and then lying with their big fat fucking mouths. But I told you that when I was on dollhouse equipment from Vortex, where they weren't able to reach it until somebody gave them access and fucking spread more shit everywhere.